Hey guys, Chris here from Geekspire.com, back once again to bring you the next installment in our TERA Online class preview series. This installment is going to look at the Lancer, which is the first of two tank classes that you have the option of playing as in TERA. So the race I've chosen to show off with this class are the humans. So humans, nothing really too special about them. They don't have crazy horns like the Castanics do, just usual, fanfare. I did give mine a pretty cool beard, if I do say so myself. I look pretty smug, pretty badass. So that's pretty good. Like I said, this is the first of two tank classes. This one, the Lancer's sort of designated as what's called an absorption tank. So they're meant to take the full brunt of all the damage. And to do that, they actually have a blocking mechanic, which is different from every other class we've seen so far in the series. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Just one thing I want to note, I mentioned in the Castanic video, at the time I didn't really know better, but I assumed that most of the melee classes had to attack to build up the MP gauge. Apparently I was wrong. That's not the case. As you can see, I have a full MP bar. What is the case though is that the tank rolls, so the melee tank rolls, which are the Lancer as well as the Warrior, they have their full MP bar just like all the range classes do, and the support classes. It's just the straight up melee DPS classes, the Berserker and the Slayer, as we've already seen, have to use their sort of basic combo in order to build up that MP and then spend that on their abilities. So tank classes don't have to auto attack to build up their mana before they can use it. They sort of can start a battle with full mana, which is pretty nice. So let's get into some of this action here. As I said, this is one of the first of two classes that actually have a blocking mechanic. So as you can see here, bring out my shield. You can sort of just stand here and use it forever. I'm not in combat, so it's kind of pointless. But it's actually really good because if you pull it off, it can negate almost all the damage up to a certain amount. So the amount that you can use to block with is determined based on your weapon. So if you look at my sort of Nightbreaker in the green, it says absorbs up to 913 damage while using Stand Fast, and that's just the name of your blocking ability. So you Stand Fast. It's has a fairly it's instant cast, costs very little MB, which is really good. 1 second cooldown, and you can just sort of use it like in battle, just hold it up, and you can take pretty much all the damage up into a certain point where it's gonna eventually break, or you'll just take base damage. But yeah, overall, it's sort of the main way. Instead of dodging like every other class, you just defend it, and I'll sort of show that off. We have our basic combo too, like all other melee classes. It's a 3-pronged lance attack, but each hit does multiple sort of smaller hits, which is really cool. So we'll sort of show this off here. So we go. See, everyone gets about like 2 or 3 hits in it. Bring up the shield, defend success, just like that. Fairly slow class. You're not meant to do a lot of dodging. You're meant to just sort of anticipate, watch your enemy, and then bring out that shield at the last second to block whatever attack is coming your way. So it's very nice. So the first ability we get is called Shield Barrage. It's a sort of a sweeping shield attack. You can use it up to you can use it twice. So I'm gonna show it off here. 1, 2. The second hit actually has a chance to stun the enemy, which is really useful. It doesn't cost a whole lot of mana, so it's not spammable, but sort of your main utility. Actually hits everybody in the sort of frontal cone area in front of you. So it's good for clearing out smaller enemies like the babies and stuff. And I'll sort of show it off here. There we go. Just walk up. Sweeping attack. Takes them out. I will say, so the Lancer, because all of your, unlike the Slayer as you saw, the Lancer's damage is all sort of straight line damage. So you gotta sort of aim your attacks. It's not like with the Slayer where you have that sweeping sort of sword basic combo. This you have to, it's all right in front of you. So you gotta like kinda, oh, that was kind of dumb. This is end you. Shield barrage. Very fast. Let's keep going here. So next ability is the spring attack. So the spring attack, just use it here. It has a slow charge where it's like a slight sort of moving stabbing attack. However, what makes the spring attack interesting is that if you use it in a combo with either the third hit of your basic combo or after a shield barrage, which is the sweeping move, it comes out much quicker. Like, it's very, very fast. It comes out like right off the draw. I'll sort of use that on one of these Disc Reapers. So if I come up to him, I go 1, 2, 3, and then use the spring attack. It's much faster. Bam. Take you down. I'll use it off of shield barrage. Let's see, same thing. 1, 2. So much faster. So it's meant to be combo. It costs quite a bit more MP, so it's not really a crazy spammable skill, but very useful. Like I said, TERA has that sort of combo-based or combo-oriented combat system. So good to keep note of that. That's really meant to be used in succession with your other abilities. Next ability we got is called the Shield Bash. Yeah, Shield Bash. Just what it sounds, you bash your shield and stun your enemy. Bam, just like that. Sends them for a good amount of time. Not much else to say about it. It has a pretty long cooldown, so it's definitely not a spammable ability. Kind of got to use it sparingly for sort of CC situations where you want to make sure that somebody's stunned and not, you know, doing damage in parties and whatnot, or if you want to, and like I said, like I did just there, stun the big guy, kill the babies, and then move on and follow up by finishing them off. So the last ability, not many abilities in the early kit of the Lancer, unfortunately. Last ability though is the Charging Lunge, and it's a dash attack that ends in a spear. And the dash is actually pretty long. I think I can probably hit this guy from here. So we're gonna run in, bam. It's like a 15 meters at least lunge, and then you sort of close that gap with your enemy and get right into the fight. Bring up my shield. Should note though that when you bring out your shield, it's gonna reset your basic combo. So as I said, like with all basic combos, damage of each attack goes up over the course, like every time you use it. So you see 16, 19, 23. So every successive hit is much more powerful. So if you shield in the middle, it's going to start your basic combo over again from that weaker attack. So sort of mindset, you gotta think if you want to get that more damaging, you know, third attack, or if you want to bring up that shield to block the incoming damage. Totally up to you and how you want to play your Lancer. So yeah, that's about it for the Lancer video. Very big, burly class, takes very little damage, even, you know, while leveling in the early game. Absorption tank, it's got that shield to negate damage. Very useful. At this point, I have played the Warrior class. Warrior, I should say, as a preview, sort of teaser for later this week. Plays very differently as a tank in comparison to the Lancer, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, and if you want any more information about TERA, you can always go to TERA's official site, which is tera.onmass.com. Leave a comment, like in this video, and we'll see you tomorrow for our next class. See you then.